Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, the day-to-day grind. Grind is the key word. Fleet carriers at first can or probably will be a grind for you. And this is preparing for fleet carriers. I am definitely going to purchase a fleet carrier in June. Absolutely. It's going to be my home station. I don't think the fuel is going to be that expensive, and others don't believe so either. We believe it'll be between 50 and 90 credits per ton. So a 500 light year jump would cost about 45,000 credits. Thousands of credits is nothing. Just tens of thousands of credits. When you can make up to 21 million in 15 to 20 minutes. That's nothing. And the 10 to 25 million for upkeep fee is not bad either. And if you look, we're about to cross the 8 billion mark. So the fleet carrier will take 5, so we'll still have 3 billion, and a billion will last about over a year, maybe even 2 years for the upkeep, and I'd still have 2 billion. So I think I'm in good shape. You can't have too many credits in Elite Dangerous, really, because now they're talking about space legs and home stations by the end of the year. So we'll be videoing all of that. So everything. We have over 500 videos as of the publishing of this video, in all kinds of areas like the engineers and gathering materials and synthesis and Thargoid surface sites and the Guardian FSD booster from the Guardian surface site, material traders, low risk combat ranking with skimmers and stingers, and as long as you have cover they can't even shoot back at you. So all of that. Sis, right? And I know a little bit about Elite Dangerous since I have Elite in Trade, Elite in Explorer, 18% competent combat. Now, combat's my least area, and I have 8 billion, almost 8 billion credits. So, and I have a cutter and a Python. So, and I've played almost 2,100 hours of this game in 8 months. So, I know a little bit about it, and I believe I can really help you get 5 billion in 10 days if you grind Sothis to Ceos. Since March the 29th or 26th of March, in about 8 days, I have made about 1.7 billion. But that's also videotaping, editing, publishing, all of that. So it really takes away from what I could do. I could do about a $500 million a day if I didn't do anything but grind. So we still have till June till they remove that 5 billion from my account. So I'd really like to get it to at least 10 billion before June and still doing all the videotaping. There will be a beta test on April the 7th in 3 days, and I plan on being part of that. Now, one of the announcements from Frontier, this is for individuals, the fleet carrier. Now you can invite people to be able to use your fleet carrier in the sense of landing on it, trading with you, bringing in fuel, tritium for you as payment, for using your fleet carrier. There's just all kinds of stuff. You got the commodities market, you have a refueling, you have outfitting, you have shipyard, you can have all that. So there's quite a few things that you can do, and it has a 500 light year jump range. The negative part of that is there is a build up hour before you can jump. There's a cool down afterwards. If you have 2 jumps in a row, you have up to 4 1 hour wait times. The build up, the cool down, the build up, and cool down. So those are drawbacks, and it has a 1,000 ton fuel tank. That's only 2 500 light year jumps. So if you are going to Colonia, that's not quite as easy. Now it does have a 25,000 ton storage area. Now when you put your ships on the fleet carrier, as far as I understand, they take up some of the tonnage. And when you have outfitting and you have modules that you're going to sell, that takes up some of the tonnage. If you're selling ships, that would take up some of the tonnage. Fuel for your ships will probably take up some of the tonnage. So, there's a few things. And the upkeep is minimum of 10 million per week. If you're in the game or not. You go on vacation, or if you don't play the game for a month, it's still costing you 10 million per month. So you're going in debt. The more services you have, the more that cost will go up. It could go as high as 25 million per week, based on if you have all the services turned on, because you have to have crew members and they have to be paid, and so all of that. So your fleet carrier is indestructible. You can't destroy it. NPCs can't destroy it. Aliens can't destroy it. No one can destroy it. Security forces can't destroy it. They can't even scan it. So there's a secure. Let me get my notes. I have a VR headset, so I have to look under. There's a secure trading. So you can carry illegal cargo on your fleet carrier, and the authorities can never see it. They can guess that you have illegal stuff on your ship, and it could hurt your reputation with the factions because of people that land on your fleet carrier that do illegal activities. So there'll be 12 to 13 places across the galaxy that will be selling these. So I'm sure there'll be one in Colonia, and most of them will be in the bubble. So there'll be plenty of places to find them. And in the contacts, there will be, at those 12 or 13, there will be a contact for fleet carrier vendor, which they'll have a showroom. There's different setups of the fleet carriers. There's a default, there's an explorer, there's a mining, and there's a trader version. So you'll be able to see all of those as long as you have at least 5 billion in your balance. There will be a beta on the 7th, but you have to have 5 billion in your balance to even beta test it. You can be invited by an owner during the beta to land on your fleet carrier. Now, fleet carriers will span all modes: open, friend, squadrons, and the owner. Now, you can turn those things on and off. You can have it none, where you're the only one that can land on your carrier. but it will be persistent across all modes at all times. I mean, people can see your and fly by your fleet carrier, but they cannot land on it if you have it set to none, and they cannot damage it. Now, if they fire at the station or fire at one of the people that you have, or fire at anybody, I guess, around your station or your fleet carrier, it will fire back. The fleet carrier will fire back at them and can potentially destroy them. So, those are a few things. There is 16 landing pads, 8 small, 4 medium, 4 large. It's more than, I would think of or want, but hey, it's there. You will have fleet carrier menus. Like when we come into a station, you have these services, starport services. When you land on your fleet carrier, you will have a fleet carrier management screen. And if you're away from your carrier, sys right, between the codecs and squadrons, there'll be a tab. Like you have 3 down here, you'll have 3 up here if you have a fleet carrier, and the middle one will be fleet carrier management. You can actually manage your fleet carrier remotely. I think that's pretty cool. Sys right in codecs. And in Pilot Handbook, there will be a tab for fleet carriers. So you can find out more information from that tab at any time in the player's handbook. You can deposit credits, like part of your balance, and cargo to the fleet carrier. So you can go buy tritetium, which is the fuel, and bring it back and deposit it onto your fleet carrier. I have a cutter that has 720 cargo slots or units, and I could pick up 720 fuel tons and deliver those to the fleet carrier. Because when you make jumps, you can go as far as a planet. So you could have a large station that's orbiting a planet, and you can send your fleet carrier to that planet. As long as you're outside of that system, you cannot send from one planet to another planet within a system. But if you're outside of that system, you can send it to a planet within another system. So for an example, we're in Sothis right now. This is probably the first system that my fleet carrier will be docked at. Now, when I say docked, it'll be orbiting a planet. It can't dock at a station yet. I'm hoping in the future they'll have if you've ever seen the large battleships where they're building them, they have these slots that they're building them in, like dry docks. And hopefully someday there'll be these dry docks that you can land in or come and connect to, that you can refuel your whole fleet carrier. So that's what I'm hoping is in the future. One thing that people are not happy about, there is not a universal cartographics on your fleet carrier. So if you're out exploring the galaxy and you're collecting all this material that if you die you lose, you would like to deposit that onto your fleet carrier, where you can't do that. But you can deposit or turn in bounties on your fleet carrier. So that don't make a whole lot of sense, because both of them are data. And you can turn in bounties, but you can't turn in universal cartographics. So that's got people kind of up in arms. But for me, I'm a civilization area person. So I'm going to stay within the bubble or at Colonia, and probably within the bubble. I don't think I'm going to go to Colonia. I've been there before I restarted the game for the third time when I got bored. So I would have a minimum of probably 2 or 3 more billion if I hadn't restarted the game twice. So like I said, the first place I'm going to dock or be in with my fleet carrier is Sothis, because we can make so many credits, up to 21 million in my Python in one run. So that's like a 15-20 minute run. We can make over 20 million credits. See, that would pay for a week of upkeep costs. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get the fleet carriers, I'm going to transfer 1 billion of my credits after they take out 5 billion. I'm going to take another 1 billion and put it into the balance, and that should be up to 2 years worth of upkeep. So I think it's going to work well for me because it's a home base. All of my stored modules and all of my ships will be on the fleet carrier, and I believe, and most others do too, that the fuel will not be that expensive because it's hydrogen and lithium based, and those are around 50 credits per ton. So even if it's 90 per ton, it's going to be pretty inexpensive. It'll be about 45,000 credits for a 500 light year jump or less. So if you can afford a 5 billion credit fleet carrier, you can afford 45,000 per 500 light year jump. Like I have almost 8 billion, and by the end of this video I probably will have 8 billion, because that's part of what this video is about. Stocking up on credits, preparing for the fleet carrier. There is another beta in May for PC users and console users. The one on April 7th is only for PC users. You have to have 5 billion or you cannot be an owner during the beta. So that will definitely be a drawback. Let's see if I've missed something. I have some notes. You can have a shipyard and outfitting and repairing and refueling on your fleet carrier. You can have a livery, or however you choose to say that. They're going to have paint jobs and fins and all kinds of stuff that you can add to your fleet carrier. And both my cutter and my Python have the same look. They're both the cobalt paint, which out in space they glisten and they look really cool. Now they don't look as cool in the hangar with just regular fluorescent type lighting, but they look great in space or on a planet. Well, my fleet carrier will also be cobalt, and it'll have roughly the same type, maybe side fins like my Python has, and maybe even the spoiler in the back like my Python and cutter has. And you see the name of my ship is RG Python, and I have an RG cutter, and I'll probably have an RG FC for fleet carrier. So you can pretty much name it anything you want, and there can be duplicate names in the galaxy. So okay, most of the cost is for crews. I mean, you're paying for crew members, and if they're not doing the job you wish, you can fire the management crew over that and hire another one. So we'll see how that works. Let's say after a few months you decide This thing is way too expensive. I really can't afford it, and I don't want to afford it. I don't want to grind that hard. You decommission the fleet carrier, but you paid $5 billion for it, and they're only going to give you back $4 billion. So you're going to lose 1 billion credits if you decommission that ship or that fleet carrier, and you cannot use it during the week of decommissioning. It takes a whole week to decommission your fleet carrier, and you cannot use it during that week. But you'll probably still be charged the week charge. So, and hopefully in your balance they'll transfer it, what's left, back to your individual balance. Now you could just leave a week's worth of monies in there, like that minimum of 10 million. So, okay. I believe I've covered everything. I try to cover what I know on every video, and that's part of the preparing for fleet carrier mini series within a series. So we have loaded up. We need about 19.4 to complete this. Well, actually, no, it's 18.4. We need 18.4 to complete to 8 billion. So what we have so far, sys left to deliver to New Dawn, is 10.4, and we said it's probably about 18.4. So 10.4, 13.7, and 6. So that's 19.6. So we should go over just what we have going to New Dawn. Should go over the 8 billion mark. So if you would, look to the bottom of the video to the right, and you'll see my subscribe button. Please press that. It'll help me with YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to someone's channel. And you get notified when I produce more videos. So you'll get to see when I produce that fleet carrier beta video. You get to see when I produce or publish more of these preparing for fleet carrier, and it really helps me out. And please excuse my allergies. It's springtime and allergies are really bad this year, and I don't know if the coronavirus exaggerated them or whatever. I don't have coronavirus, and none of my friends or family at this time, thank goodness, has it. So, but my friends and family's allergies are at peak right now, so not sure what's causing that. So underneath the video, there in the description toward the bottom, is ways to donate. That can help me now. And the cost of hardware, software, publishing equipment, sound equipment, all of that, and production equipment is very high. So if you could help us out there, it would be greatly appreciated. And underneath the video to the left, you see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there's over 500 videos from everything like engineers, in detail, a video reference of the engineers and how to unlock them, what to unlock them with, where to get the materials to unlock them, and each module that the engineer can upgrade, and the materials that you'll need to upgrade them, show you how to pin the blueprint so you can go to the material traders, which I have videos on, and move materials around and remote engineer your modules, collect materials like at Dav's Hope and Jameson Crash Site, your raw materials, your manufactured materials, your encoded materials that you need, and you can also use those in synthesis. Synthesis can repair your ship. It can reload your ship, like your weapons. And on SRVs, it can refuel, reload, and repair your SRV just from materials. And there's a synthesis video too. There's also, in one of the stations in Ceos just a few days ago, during auto launch, there was an anaconda in front of me inside the station, and the station unloads on him. They destroy him right in front of me. Great big fireball. So you should watch that. And there's other destroy videos of stuff. So you can go to my YouTube channel and search under destroy, and you'll see all of those if you like that kind of stuff. Interdictions. I have 2 videos on 7 interdictions in one Super Cruise run. It's crazy to get interdicted that many times in one Super Cruise run. And I have one for 6 interdictions in my cutter. So that is really crazy because the cutter is so big and bulky and not as agile as the Python. And you can select Pirate Attack or search for Pirate Attack in my YouTube channel and see where I'm coming into a station to dock, and they come out of Super Cruise right on top of me. And sometimes they even hit my ship. And thank goodness I have good shields that are modded, because they can take away up to a ring and a half when they hit my ship with their ship. So you need to watch some of those too. I have a Guardian FSD booster that gives me an extra 10 light years, like here in the Python. And I have up to a 50 light year unladen, and I have a 45 when I'm all decked out to go exploring with fuel tanks, fuel scoops, planetary SRVs, and all of that on board. I can get 45 light years. So the Guardian surface site video will show you how to collect a blueprint, and you go to the technology trader and you can buy the FSD boosters. You need meta alloys for the Felicity Farseer, and sometimes those are hard to find. Well, I have a video on the Thargoid surface site where you can collect really as many as you want as long as you reload or relog. I think you can get 7 or 9 or something like that just in one setting without relogging. So that's pretty cool. And I think you only need 1 or 2 for Felicity Farseer, and that'll be in the video, so it'll tell you how many that you need. So there's all kinds of videos. And in combat, Sysrite, you can see that my rank in trade I'm elite, and explorer I'm elite, maxed out, and combat I'm competent at 18%. Well, combat's not my specialty, but I have videos showing you how to low risk combat rank building through hunting skimmers and stingers and finding cover so they can't shoot back at you, but you can shoot at them. And it's probably the lowest risk. And now I have had a support ship come down and attack while I'm in the SRV. So you can watch those videos too. And there's skimmers and stingers, and there's also a Guardian skimmer. And there's a Guardian Sentinel. The Guardian Sentinel was made by the Guardians, aliens, and the Guardian Skimmer is a human made. Well, the Guardian Skimmer is a legacy skimmer, and they're very rare. And I have a video on the Guardian Skimmer, and it shot missiles at me. And you can search Guardian and Skimmer in my YouTube channel and even watch that video. So I've got all kinds of things that you can watch, over 500 videos. So you need to subscribe to my channel, go to the my YouTube channel and view more of my videos, and even consider donating to us. It would be great. So we need to get to New Dawn, where we can deliver this 18.7 plus cargo missions to get to 8 billion credits. And my goal is to replace that 6 billion that I'm going to invest into the fleet carrier. I'd like to have at least that much more.
Landing gear retracted. Ship. Frameshift drive charging.
You can probably tell I'm using a VR headset. I can look around 360 in my ship, and I can only see what's in the game. I can't see my computer. I can't see the lights in my computer room. I'm engulfed into the game, and that's pretty incredible. It's in 4K. I have the Oculus Rift S, and it is really nice at times. Now it loses tracking sometimes, and then that's not as nice because you'll get a haze picture. Objects will move, and they don't supposed to move. And we get interdicted all the time, so be prepared for that. Make sure you're comfortable with your ship, the controls. Modding doesn't hurt either. Your hull, your engines, your thrusters, your shields, your FSD drive, that all helps. So you do get used to it over time. I've only been killed twice, and that was 2 days after I started playing. And it's common for here in Sothis to get interdicted 4+ times. Like I said, I got 2 videos of 7 interdictions, and one was just a few days ago here in Sothis. So it happens all the time. That was 3, and we're probably going to have another. There's one kind of stalking us. See on the sensor, they're right behind us. So you'll learn how to survive them. If you get knocked out of Super Cruise, maximize your speed, boost as often as you can, and the pirates use thermal weapons, and sometimes up to 4 or 5 of them will, if you get knocked out of Super Cruise, they'll come down and start firing at you. So your ship will heat up pretty fast, so it's hard to get back into Super Cruise, but you'll see to the left I have heat sinks. That will bring your heat to 0, so you can get back into Super Cruise. So you need to add heat sinks also to your utility mounts. I've got 2, and I've got boosters. Sys left. I wait till that initial 4 finishes, and then I will turn on Super Cruise Assist. You still have to watch your sensor because pirates have superpowers. They can just pop out of thin space right behind you. You can't do that. No one else in the game can do that, but the pirates can do that because they have special treatment in Elite Dangerous. They can also travel much faster than anybody else can. Within a few seconds, they can get across a whole system, where you and I can't do that, or nobody else can do that. That's part of their superpowers. That's why I call this game at times, I call it Elite Interdiction or Elite Pirating, because pirates get all the special powers. So you have to keep watching that sensor, and you're that dot in the center, and they will try to throw you into a planet or a star. So you got to watch for that, and I usually try to slow down if I have them on my tail. I'll get out of Super Cruise by just moving away from the destination and slow down. And you can keep going after the destination. You just need to be at the bottom of the blue speed range, throttle range. What's this left?
Jalacy, Romeo Golf India. Submit a request and enjoy your stay. Yes, you are go for approach 07. You are go for automated docking. Enjoy the ride, Commander.
I am no super gamer. So if I can do this, you can do this. It's just practice. I have almost 2,100 hours in this game, and I know it sounds kind of crazy. Why would you have 2,100 hours in that game? Well, I work from home, so in between times that where I don't have to work, because I'm more of an on-call position, I create videos, or since January I've been creating videos, so I've gone from like 1,000 hours to 1,100 hours just since January. And yeah, I gripe about a lot of things in the game that are broken and they need to fix them, but if you've got 2,100 hours, it can't be all bad, and it's not. But see, this could be the greatest game ever if they would just fix the issues.
Docking confirmed. Dispatching ground.
Now, if you complain to Frontier about the issues, they'll tell you that the game is working as intended. As intended to them, not intended to you. So, yeah, I'm not pleased at times, and I will rant at times, like stuck throttles in Super Cruise. I will rant about that because I don't care if it's because I go beside the destination and then turn into it. It still should not stick. And sometimes when I'm being interdicted, it will stick and go to 100%. It shouldn't do that. Like the Python, I spent 55 million credits just for the Python alone, and I probably have another 500 million in it in modules. So it shouldn't do that. It's broken. I mean, there's a lot of things that you're going to come across that you go, you shouldn't do that. We're almost there. We're at 7,997. See, we needed almost 19 million. And we made it. See, we've made almost 20 million on this run. And if you were doing it without video and without explaining fleet carriers and things like that, you could do it in 15-20 minutes. But I have 8 billion credits. It's pretty cool. Now, like I said, it's going to cost me 5 billion for the fleet carrier, so that leaves me with 3 billion, and I'm going to put 1 billion into the balance of the fleet carrier to cover its upkeep cost for over a year, and maybe a year and a half to 2 years. I don't know yet, but I'll still have 2 billion. Now I need to build credits to build my balance after that. I would really like to have a minimum of 6 billion besides, after I buy the fleet carrier and put the billion in, or I'd really like to have 10 billion again. So that's why when I purchase a fleet carrier, its first destination is Sothis. It's going to live in probably Sothis or a neighboring system, because we will do some asteroid mining too after we get it, and do some videos on that. I do have videos on asteroid mining, so it's not going to be a whole lot different. My asteroid mining video, or videos, I don't remember how many I have at least one, is surface mining. This will do for tritium. You get those by surface mining or deep core mining, so both. Now, I have not done deep core, but we will be doing some deep core too, so in future videos. So there's no normally with New Dawn, there's no return missions to Sothis mining. So we need to return to Sothis mining to complete this video. And we made our goal of 8 billion credits. Now, March the 26th, I was at 6.3 billion. So I've made 1.7 billion since March the 26th, but I've been doing all of these videos, so I can't make as many when I'm make as much credits when I'm doing videos, but videos help me from getting just so bored I want to quit. Like I've restarted the game twice because I just got so bored. So with it. So, okay. Let's set our destination. Sis left. Sis left. Voice Attack is having trouble understanding me because my allergies are so bad right now. So I cut during the editing, I cut out my coughing so you don't have to hear that. But I'm sure you can still tell my allergies are bad today. And I do take allergy medicine. But that is Zyrtec, and that still is not helping today. Most of the time it helps, but today it's not helping. So we need to go Sothis mining. Be sure to press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of the video. I need subscribers because I can get support from YouTube in the future if I get enough subscribers. It doesn't cost you anything, but I need that minimum amount of subscribers for YouTube to help me. And underneath the video, at the bottom of the description, you'll find ways to donate. That can help me right now with the high cost of producing all these videos. So please consider donating to the cause. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there is over 500 more videos for you to watch. And I believe they're very interesting, especially for new players. I have a beginning series, so it starts with a Sidewinder. It starts in the training, and it goes up from there. And we buy ships as we can, and we deliver missions, and you learn how to do all that. We land on planets, and we run around planets, and we collect materials, and we shoot at skimmers and stingers and all that kind of stuff. So, and I have videos on Ultimate Fishing Simulator, which is a really cool VR fishing game, so check that out. I also have videos on VR pinball, so check that one out. And it's hard to get through this video with these allergies. So let's get going. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get through it.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. Regulate speed until outside the exclusion zone.
And I know many people feel that Elite Dangerous can be like having another job. Yeah, it can be like that. It really can. Now with the VR, it's like I'm actually in 3306 flying spaceships.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I was reminded by a new subscriber that there are no support ships. That was mentioned for the last couple of years, but they have taken those out.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So I want to thank you for the comment and for your subscription and for reminding me. I did know that, but I had not been mentioning that, so thank you for reminding me to mention it. And I will in future videos. I put that in my notes to bring that up. So I really appreciate comments, and let me know when I'm missing and what I've left out, or if I'm mistaken, or some of those things. We're all trying to get our hands around and our mind around the new fleet carriers, and we don't know everything yet. So, and But I do appreciate my viewers that subscribe and comment, and we'll get this right, and eventually. But our viewership has been up to 800%. As of the publishing of this video, it had come down to about 400%, but it's still way above what it was prior to March 26th. So, and I appreciate everyone that's been watching the videos and subscribing and donating. You guys have been great, and you really encourage me to keep producing the videos, and I will, and I'll keep bringing you the information that helps you and helps everyone out. Sis left. And I probably mentioned it before, I use voice attack. It's not perfect. Sometimes you have to repeat your command several times, and you can map keyboard, mouse, and controller commands to it. And my Oculus Rift S controllers are not real precise. I like them because they're wireless. Kind of wish they had a few more buttons available. And I don't have any missions right now, or cargo right now, but I'm still being interdicted. So there's times I'm just exploring and I get interdicted, and I have no missions and no cargo at all, and I'll be interdicted. So it's pretty crazy. Now in Sothis I understand, because it's kind of a pirate haven, and we're making up to 21 million per run, which if I wasn't doing videos it would only be about 15-20 minutes per run, but it takes me longer because I'm recording everything all the time now, and I have to do editing because of my allergies and things like that. I don't want to cough in your ear, and I do not have a radio television voice, and I know that. And my kids are just shocked that I'm the last one in the world they thought would ever do a YouTube video. But I needed something to do, and I like Elite Dangerous. It's a good game. It's not a great game, but if they would fix the issues, it would be a great game. But if you play 2100 hours like I do, you see all the issues, like stuck throttles, and when you barely slide in the SRV, it turns you 180 every time, and there is just so many more. Sis left. And the pirate superpowers I don't like.
Docking request granted.
I'm not crazy about the pirates anyway, and the interdictions, but if you had to have them, they should have the same capability as everyone else. So, not more. They shouldn't be able to pop behind you in thin space. They should have to fly to you at maybe maximum super cruise speed as it builds up, like everybody else's does. So it gives you a little more warning. And this 7 interdictions and 1 super cruise run is just craziness. Sometimes I think they're trying to run their players away.
Successful. Engines disengaged.
But I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not an apologist for Frontier. So, I'm not going to hide things and give you the runaround and all that kind of stuff like a lot of people do. And I'm not going to tell you you have to play a certain way, like a lot of people do. So, well, I appreciate you coming along where we cross that 8 billion mark. And catch us again. I do a video every time we cross 50 million. So the next one will be 8050 at least when we cross that. So, and I'll bring you more information about the fleet carriers as I know it. And I'm sure some of it will change. And please subscribe to my channel. Donate or consider donating, please. And underneath the video to the left, my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, you can see over 500 videos on about everything you can think of and Elite Dangerous. So until next time, thank you for watching.